Well, Alice started rambling through the woods, and she thought, well, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? Why, that's the most curious thing I ever saw in my life. Alice waited. All in the golden afternoon full leisurely we glide, for both our oars with little skill by little arms applied, while little hands make vain pretence our wanderings to guide. She thought it must be the house of the March Hare, because the chimney was shaped like an ear and the roof was thatched with fur. It was so large. Thus grew the tale of Wonderland, thus slowly, one by one, its quaint events were hammered out, and now the tale is done. Tired of sitting with her sister on the riverbank, Alice had followed a white rabbit and found herself falling down what seemed to be a very deep well. After peeping into a beautiful garden, she had taken a drink and shrunk till she was only 10 inches high. Then she had eaten a small cake which made her grow to 9 feet tall. Then, while swimming across a pool of tears, Alice had met some very strange birds and animals, and to dry themselves they all ran in a caucus race.
The race is over!
Who's won? How can you tell who's won?
I think everybody has won, and all must have prizes. Who's going to get the prize? Who's going to get the prize? Who's won the prize? Why, she, of course.
Where are the prizes?
Prizes!
Prizes! Oh!
But she must have a prize herself, you know.
Of course. What else have you got in your pocket?
Only a thimble.
Show it to me. We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble.
You promised to tell me your history, you know, and why it is you hate cats and dogs.
Mine is a long and sad tale.
It is a long tale, certainly. But why do you call it sad?
Said the dog to a mouse that he met in the house, "Let us both go to law, I will prosecute you. Come, I'll take no denial, we must have a trial, for really this morning I have nothing to do." Said the mouse to the cur, "Such a trial, dear sir, with no jury or judge would be wasting our breath." "I'll be the judge, I'll be the jury," said cunning old Fury. "I'll try the whole cause and condemn you to death." You are not paying attention. What are you thinking of?
I beg your pardon. You had got to the fifth bend, I think.
I have not.
A knot? Oh, do let me help to undo it.
I shall do nothing of the sort. You insult me by talking such nonsense.
I didn't mean it, but you are so easily offended. Please come back and finish your story.
Oh, please don't go away.
A mouse? I want to know what happens.
I want
What
to see
a
how
pity it wouldn't
Oh,
stay.
please finish.
I wish I had our Dinah here. She'd soon fetch it back.
And who is Dinah, if I might venture to ask the question?
Dinah's our cat, and she's such a capital one for catching mice. You can't think. And oh, I wish you could see her after the birds. Why, she'll eat a little bird as soon as look at it.
I really must be getting home. The night air doesn't suit my throat. Come away, my dears. It's high time you were all in bed.
I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah. Nobody seems to like her down here, but I'm sure she's the best cat in the world. Oh, my dear Dinah, I wonder if I shall ever see you anymore.
Oh, my dear paws. Oh, my fur and whiskers. She'll get me executed as sure as ferrets are ferrets. Oh, can I have dropped them?
Oh, your fan and gloves.
What? Marianne, what are you doing out here? Run home this moment and fetch me a pair of gloves and a fan. Quick now.
Took me for his housemaid. How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I am. Queer it seems to be going messages for a rabbit. I suppose Dinah will be sending me on messages next. I know something interesting is sure to happen whenever I eat or drink anything. So I'll just see what this bottle does. I do hope it'll make me grow large again, for really, I'm quite tired of being such a tiny little thing. Enough. I hope I shan't grow any more. I do wish I hadn't drunk quite so much. Now I can do no more whatever happens. I almost wish I hadn't gone down that rabbit hole.
Oh, my, yes. Marianne! Marianne, fetch me my gloves this moment. Well, I'll go round the other way.
What will he do now?
Oh, my, yes. I shall have to come in at the window. Marianne!
Oh, no, you won't.
Pat! Where are you?
Sure then, I'm here, digging for apples, Your Honour.
Digging for apples, indeed. Here, come and help me out of this.
Oh dear. There we are, Your Honour. Now then, there we are.
Now, tell me, Pat, what's that in the window?
Sure, it's an arm, Your Honour.
Arm, of course. Whoever saw one that size? Why, it fills the whole window.
Sure it does, Your Honour. But it's an arm for all that.
Well, it's got no business there. Go and take it away.
Oh, sure. I don't like it, Your Honour, at all.
Do as I tell you, coward.
Shall I be getting Bill for us? It is certainly a job for him.
I'll try the window again.
Not again.
Oh!
What a lot of cucumber frames there must be. I wonder what they'll do next. As for pulling me out of the window, I only wish they could. I'm sure I don't want to stay in here any longer.
Put it up this corner.
Oh! Mind yourself, Bill. We have a job of work to do. Oh, my head!
Oh, my ears, whiskers.
What's that, Your Honour? Oh, not again!
What can you be doing? Oh, my ears and whiskers. Where is the other ladder?
No, one will suffice, Your Honour. 'Tis a job for Bill and one ladder, for that's all we've got.
Well, here then. Put it up at this corner.
Oh, not again!
Put it up against the house.
Right then, Bill. You'll be scurrying up the ladder and mind the roof. It's not terribly strong, you know.
Quickly now.
Mind that slate. It's coming down. Heads below.
Now, who did that?
I rather fancy it was Bill. Get yourself in the chimney, you lazy tyke.
Oh, so Bill's got to come down the chimney, has he? Why, they seem to put everything upon Bill. I wouldn't be in his place for anything.
What can you be doing?
He's a good fella, Your Honour. He'll come onto this with flying colours.
This is Bill.
Isn't that Bill flying through the air?
There goes Bill.
I recognise that lizard. It's Bill. That's Bill, all right. Oh, Bill, what are you doing up there?
Catch him, you.
Hold up his head. Oh, my head.
Brandy now.
Look at that lizard. Always lying down on the
Don't
jar.
choke him. How was it, old fellow?
What happened to you? Tell us all about it.
Typical of that lizard, always drinking strong drink.
Well, I hardly know. No more, thank you. I'm better now, but I'm a deal too flustered to tell you. All I know is something comes at me like a jack-in-the-box, and up I goes like a skyrocket.
So you did, old fellow.
Yes, you did. We saw you.
We must burn the house down.
Very well, Your Honour.
If you do, I'll set Dinah on you. I wonder what they will do next. If they had any sense, they'd take the roof off.
A barrowful will do to begin with.
A barrow full of what?
Give me some stone.
My ears and whiskers.
Fire! Fire!
I'll put a stop to this. You'd better not do that again.
Oh, mister.
If I eat one of these cakes, it's sure to make some change in my size. And as it can't possibly make me any larger, it must make me smaller, I suppose.
Come on now. Let's be getting them up there. Come on, Bill. Pass it to us. Come on, we can see the window now.
My ears and whiskers.
Harder, harder, harder.
The first thing thing I've got to do is to grow to my right size again. And the second thing is to find my way into that lovely garden. I suppose I ought to eat or drink something or other. But the question is what?
Who are you?
I hardly know, sir, just at present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I think I must have changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I can't understand myself, to begin with. And being so many different sizes in a day is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet. But when you have turned into a chrysalis, you will some day, you know. And then after that into a butterfly, I should think you'll find it a little strange, won't you?
Huh? Oh, not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is, it would feel very strange to me.
Oh, you. Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why? No. Come back. I've something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you think you're changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am, sir. I can't remember things as I used. And I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together.
Can't remember what things?
Well, I've tried to say how doth the little busy bee, but it all came different.
Let us try. You are old, Father William.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now I'm perfectly sure I have none. Why, I do it again and again.
You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason for that?
In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box, allow me to sell you a couple.
You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said the father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength which she gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life.
You are old, said the youth, one would hardly suppose.
That your eye was as steady as ever.
Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose.
What made you so awfully clever?
I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough.
Said his father, don't give yourself airs.
Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff?
Be off or I'll kick you downstairs.